Today I'm going to walk you through how you can etch your powder coated tumblers using Citristrip. Traditionally, these are etched using a laser engraver and a rotary tool. And while those are super awesome and I totally want one, I don't have one at the moment, and I wanted to show you how you can create a similar look using a paint stripper called Citristrip. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Allison and I am here to help you and support you with all things crafty. So if you are interested in more videos on how to make really cool stuff, make sure you hit subscribe and let's get started. So this is specifically for powder coated tumblers. These are things like the colored tumblers that you can find at the store, like Target, Walmart, whatever. You can get a variety of different brands. I'm gonna show you on a Yeti tumbler as well as a Zach tumbler from Target. But aside from putting a vinyl decal on these tumblers, it's really the only way to kind of change up the look. Let me walk you through what I learned in this process and give you my best tips and tricks.
One thing I want to note is that it is best to choose a design that is a little bit thicker and not too intricate, because you have to weed and place the vinyl and you don't want your paint stripper to get underneath that vinyl. It's best if you choose a design that is a little bit thicker and doesn't have a lot of details. If you want something more intricate, you're going to have to go and get yourself a laser.
The first thing you need to do is cut and weed your vinyl. Any permanent vinyl will do. I do recommend it's on the newer side. As vinyl gets older, it loses its adhesive. So newer vinyl is good. Remember to weed out the design where you want it to show up on your tumbler. So use some transfer tape and apply it to your cup. Remember, a lot of these tumblers, like the Yetis, these 20-ounce cups, have a different shape, and it's a little bit harder to apply bigger decals. So if you need to, make your design smaller, but I'm also going to show you what's really important, and that is making sure by the letters everything is down. So I always place my vinyl, start in the middle, and then like squeegee towards the outside, and you can kind of see how there's a little bit of a bubble. And it's okay to have a bubble as long as it's not where your design is. So make sure that you use your fingers, use your squeegee tool right where your design is. Make sure you put it down flat, but then it's okay if the vinyl kind of folds towards the edges, because that's not going to compromise your design. So make sure right up where you weeded your design, it is nice and flat. Another way to make sure that your vinyl is really stuck is to take a heat gun and just briefly warm up that vinyl and then press down the vinyl so it is nice and stuck. You really want to make sure that you're not getting any leaks from your Citristrip, otherwise the design is not going to turn out how you want it to. So you can see me just patting it down with my hand to make sure it's nice and stuck. I also recommend letting it sit overnight so it's fully cured before you move to the next step. It does take time for that vinyl to be on that more permanent side, so let it sit. Take some painter's tape and put it over just around the outside of the design where you don't want to have your Citristrip touch your tumbler, because if it touches your tumbler anywhere, it's going to take off that powder coating. So I'm just using some painter's tape to protect the rest of that tumbler. Then all you need is your Citristrip and a foam brush, and what you're going to do is you'll see me put my cup cradle down and some tinfoil, and then I'm going to just dab on the Citristrip. You want to make sure you use a generous amount. I do like to dab it with the foam brush so it doesn't leak underneath anywhere. It just helps kind of protect the crispness of your design. So dab on a bunch and lightly wrap your tumbler in that foil. It doesn't have to be super tight. It's just a measure to make sure that your paint stripper doesn't evaporate too quickly, and it can do its magic by removing that powder coating. Now you're going to want to let this sit for at least 90 minutes. I did one that sat for almost 3 hours because I forgot about it. So as long as you get about an hour and a half, you should be fine. And the first thing you're going to do is wipe away all of the extra paint stripper, that Citristrip, just with a paper towel. So it's just a little bit easier to clean off. You will see that in a lot of them, the powder coating comes off right away, but this one right here, this wine glass, this is the Zac brand. It didn't actually come off until I started using a sponge, and that's when I saw that powder coating peel away. Even though on my Yeti one, it came off right away with just a paper towel. So you want to then kind of scrape away the rest of that powder coating. I'm using a sponge here, but I honestly recommend using an old cloth, because if you sand down on the rest of that powder coating, you can dull the finish of the tumbler. So anything really not abrasive, an old washcloth is actually good, and just using your hands to apply pressure, you'll be able to take away all of that powder coating you want to remove. And once you get a good amount off, you can remove your vinyl stencil. If this one had a little bit more detail, so I left it on and then just went in with my sponge. Again, I highly recommend using an old cloth or the soft side of the sponge to remove it, and you have your designs etched, and it looks so good. I'm super happy with how they turned out.
Like I said at the beginning of this video, we're not able to take a powder coated tumbler and add glitter or designs to it because of the nature of the powder coating. It is designed to repel anything and everything. So if you mess up, which you might, you can actually strip off all of the powder coating using the Citristrip and then start fresh with a bare stainless steel tumbler. If you want to learn more about making glitter tumblers and how you can do it safely in your home with non-toxic products, I'm going to put a video on your screen to learn a little bit more about how I make glitter tumblers.